The scene begins with a group of mafia known as the TG Gang. Unlike most other gangs, the TG Gang did not commit criminal acts but only focused on developing business. One day the TG Gang members were celebrating an event at a beach to prank the members where he was going to get married. Unfortunately, in the middle of the event, the gang leader received news that their nightclub had become a place for drug parties. The two leaders of the gang, Kim and Park, were annoyed by the incident and they scolded the drug addicts. When they were about to give punishment, another gang leader, known as Gyeongpo, came. Gyeongpo ordered his men to settle the matter. The incident was known by the highest leader of the gang named Chairman Kang. After some time, TG's gang leaders gathered including Gyeongpo. Chairman Kang found out that Gyeongpo was the one who gave drugs to the clubgoers they owned. Chairman Kang advised Gyeongpo as he was the only member running an illegal business. The TG Gang itself was the largest shareholder of a luxury resort known as the Azra Resort in the city. Elsewhere, a man named Lee who is a member of a gang called Gangneung was seen talk to a young man. Lee did the dirty work as a debt collector. He lent money at high interest rates and did something cruel to those who could not pay it. Like a young man who borrowed 7 million won who couldn't pay it and he was forced to get sanctions. After that, Lee went to the Gangneung gang leader who was Chairman Han to ask for a share of the Azra Resort. It turned out that this gang leader was the second largest shareholder after the TG Gang. Their discussion didn't go well and Lee didn't get what he wanted. Unexpectedly, Lee immediately attacked the chairman and killed him. Soon the police arrived at the crime scene, but they only found a young man who previously owed Lee. Yes, the young man paid his debts by taking responsibility for Lee's actions to Chairman Han. After a few weeks off, Lee owned all the Chairman Han's assets and shares. Even so, not everything goes smoothly because another member of the Gangneung gang named Shin was feeling suspicious of the murder of its leader. He suspected that the murder was carried out by someone close to the chairman and he also intended to find and avenge the perpetrator's actions. One day, Kim, who was holding a meeting with other TG members, was approached by Lee. Apparently Lee came to discuss the management of the Azra Resort because he was the second largest shareholder. Even so, Kim did not agree to what was asked because he knew what Lee was doing and his reputation as someone who often committed crimes and dirty work. Outside the building, Park noticed that one of Lee's men, Jungmo, had a knife in his pocket. He alluded to the Gangneung gang, which often resorted to violence to solve problems. Meanwhile, Kim still did not allow Lee to enter the management of the resort. He also said that if Lee wanted to be involved then he had to be the first majority shareholder. Hearing this, Lee left annoyed. Not long after, Lee came to visit Chairman Kang's house on the outskirts of town. At first he came and chatted pleasantly but unexpectedly he instead stabbed and killed Chairman Kang. He did this to vent his frustration at yesterday's incident and also to mentally destroy TG's gang members so that later he could own the management of the resort. Like the previous murders, Lee has brought a woman to be a suspect. The woman had no choice. Kim, who heard the news of Chairman Kang's attack, immediately went to the hospital and there he saw Chairman Kang for the last time. Chief Kang died of blood loss. Kim then went straight to the police station and found the woman who claimed to be Chairman Kang's killer. He vented his emotions but was stopped by the police officer named Hyan. Outside, Kim said he wasn't sure if the woman was the killer. Hyan later said that the woman owed Lee so much that it was possible that Lee was involved in the murder. Several days passed and Chairman Kang was buried. The funeral was very emotional. Gyeongpo told Kim to immediately take revenge, but instead of taking revenge blindly, Kim apparently already has a plan. He then ordered his men to kidnap his men and take them somewhere. Lee's men were asked to provide information on when and where Lee would carry out the next drug transaction. At first they refused, but after being promised freedom and lots of money, they were willing to provide information. Kim then gave it to police officers and it could be used as a tool to arrest Lee. One night, several men who were drug couriers were filling gas at a gas station. The police were seen following them. Meanwhile, Gyeongpo said that if the police failed, he would kill Lee himself. On the way, the drug couriers realized that they were being followed. They went down to the market with a bag. The chief police officer told his men to carry out a strategy and choose the right point to make an arrest. Until finally there was a chase and the police managed to catch the drug couriers. But it turned out that the bag they were carrying only contained coffee beans. The police were tricked and the bag containing drugs was actually deposited with someone at the gas station. Not long after, another of Lee's men came to take the drugs. Knowing the police plan failed, Gil-seok nearly attacked Lee's base and finished him off. But unexpectedly, Lee's men came to their place and attacked first. Lee's men also attacked other members of TG. Gil-seok, who had been stabbed, had called Kim and apologized for his actions. Kim himself, who was in a shop, was suddenly shown by the headlights of a car which hit him. It turned out that in the car there was Gangneung and the rest of Lee's men. They then stabbed Kim and Park, who tried to help him. Fortunately, Gangneung and the others immediately left after hearing the sound of police sirens. Kim and Park were seriously injured. That night many TG members died, including Gil-seok. Meanwhile, Lee is seen sitting casually in his hiding place. 3 months later, I saw Kim, who just arrived from somewhere and was picked up by Park. Police officer Hyun was still working on the murder case and tried to investigate Lee case and the woman who was used as a victim in the murder case. Although the woman did not fully open her mouth, the police eventually found out that Lee had committed many crimes. Hyun went to Kim and told him not to do anything rash, but it seems Kim was up to something. Kim then met Shin, who was Lee's competitor in the Gangneung gang. Kim offers to cooperate to kill Lee with an offer of a bounty. Shin agreed. This agreement was known by Lee's men, who then reported this to their master. Lee immediately ordered his men to attack the headquarters of the TG gang. However, when they got there, they were framed and burned in the closed headquarters. Gangneung, who managed to get out, was killed by Park. After successfully killing Lee's men, it seemed that Shin intended to kill Kim and his men. But it was already known by the TG gang. Kim's men then followed Shin and killed him. Elsewhere, Park also managed to kill Shin's men. Then, Kim, who intended to kill Lee, was stopped by the police, who came with an arrest warrant. Hyun did this so that Kim would not commit a crime by killing Lee. An annoyed Kim followed them and tried to block the police car. However, Hyun said if Kim wanted to kill Lee, then they would have to fight the police first. In the car, Hyun informed that the arrest warrant was fake and ordered Lee to leave Seoul immediately. However, Lee instead attacked police officers until the car he was driving overturned. Unexpectedly, Lee got out of the car and fought with Kim's men. Lee continued to be beaten and got many stabs, but he managed to beat all of Kim's men. When he was about to attack Kim, Kim instead attacked Lee, breaking his arm and killing Lee easily. Byun, who saw the incident, was silent. Kim said he had to do it because Lee had killed many people dearest to him. Because there was no answer from Hyun, Kim left. And the movie ends. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and subscribe button if you like the video. See you on the next video.